All right, hey guys. So Ezra here. I'm doing this the first in a series of videos I'm going to be doing. I'm working with a guy in Copenhagen. We'll call SpaceMan. We are working on a song together, and I don't know if you remember from maybe my first video you watched or my second video. I did a song I called White Dove, and that was just a riff that I came up with that I liked, and I called it White Dove because I had a little bit of a lyric for it. Anyway, so I came up with some more lyrics. I got some scratch lyrics here on a piece of paper right here. So this is kind of the process, right? I just write some scratch lyrics, and I came up with my my riff, and I recorded it onto my computer in Logic. I use Logic Pro X, which is like a kind of a high-end version of GarageBand. It has a bunch of drummers in it and stuff like that. I really like it a lot. I've used it for a bunch of stuff. In fact, I released an EP on Spotify that I recorded entirely in Logic Pro X, which is pretty good. It wasn't as good as my recording in the studio for the County Fair album that I did, but it was pretty good. Anyway, and it's called Whispers. So if you look for Ezra Hale on Spotify, there's two albums on there. There's one called County Fair and there's one called Whispers. And Whispers was recorded entirely in Logic Pro X. County Fair was recorded in the studio with a studio producer named David Minahan, the guy here in Waltham. So anyway, long story short, this is a series of videos I'm going to be doing called A Song's Journey, and it's about basically writing a song and how it works. And I'm not only going to be writing it myself and recording it and doing the demo and stuff like that, but I'm going to be actually working with this guy, this good friend of mine. I'll call Spaceman because he wishes to remain anonymous for purposes of the internet. But anyway, he's in Copenhagen and he's a great guitar player and a great friend. And so this is my first missive to Spaceman. It's going to include all of the raw tracks that I've recorded today, along with the scratch vocal. So plenty of room for him to record his guitars and stuff like that, and do whatever he wants. If he wants to put organ on the song or something like that, he can do that. So anyway, so what I want to do is I'm just going to record the scratch vocal for you, and that'll be the kind of my performance for this episode. And then we'll send it all off to Spaceman, and we'll see what we get back. And I don't know how sequential it's going to be. It might be a couple of weeks before we actually do another episode that has what he sends back. Maybe a month or something like that. I don't know how long it's going to take because he's got some little kids, and so he's very busy person. So anyway, he's going to work at his own pace, and we're gonna do this thing together, and it should be really fun. I've never recorded or worked on music with somebody over the internet, so this is my first effort in that regard. Okay, let's get my headphones here. Now, a lot of people would use for recording, they would use a condenser mic. I'm not using a condenser mic. I'm using an SM58 Beta, which I really like a lot. It's a mic that I use a lot. I'm running it into a vocal preamp, which has a bunch of vocal tube effects on it. It's not really effects. It's more like it's actual vocal tube preamp. So I like that a lot. I've turned off the actual Lexicon effects processor so that I can do whatever I want with the vocal. So I get a nice warm clean vocal into Logic Pro X, and then I can mess around with it in there if I want. So anyway, let's do this. So this is the first take of White Dove, and this is the scratch vocal, and then we'll do a final vocal and we'll do a final recording later after we've kind of worked out all the specifics of the song together. So let's do this. I'm gonna put on my headphones. I'm gonna roll up my hat a little bit. Put on my headphones, and then I'm going to let's see if I got some audio coming through these. Usually what I do is I have one ear because I like to be able to hear my own vocal through my free ear. I find that it helps with my pitch, and then I'm going to what you're going to see me do is I'm going to start recording, and then I'll clap one time, and that clap will be what helps me sync the audio the mix down that I do from Logic Pro X with the audio from that you're seeing right now on the phone. So I call it the clap, and it's an age-old. If you've ever seen a clapper in the movies, it's an age-old strategy for syncing audio and video, and I use it to great effect. Very simple, not high tech at all. Very simple, but a very, very effective way of doing it. So you'll see when we clap one time at the very beginning of the song. That's not going to be part of the song. That's just me syncing the audio and video. Okay, let's do this.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for watching.